Hello everyone, it is me, Atari HMB, and today we're going to be talking about the one and only topic, TOON Force. That's right, TOON Force. And yeah, it's probably one of the more annoying topics we have to deal with. Not only is it spammed more than Outerversal and Hadokens in Street Fighter, but it's one of the topics that I really dislike, mainly because it's not being pointed out for what it really is. Let's go ahead and look at Greg Williams' definition of TOON Force. Now, feel free to pause the video to read the rest of the underlying lines, but I'm just going to read the first. Cartoon physics is a joking reference to the fact that animation allows the regular laws of physics to be ignored in humorous ways for dramatic effect. For example, when a cartoon character runs off a cliff, gravity has no effect until the character notices and reacts. So as you can see, that's not too bad, especially when it's done for a gag effect. And I do understand what a gag is, but do you understand what a gag is? Well, let's go ahead and look at the definition. No, not that definition. There we go. Much better. A joke or an amusing story or scene, especially one forming part of the comedic act in film or in a play. Now, as you can see, there will be people saying, who else wants to argue with cartoon physics? Well, I certainly do, and there's a reason why.
You're just mad because Popeye beat Saitama and he's omnipotent.
Continuing with the rest of our conversation before that moron interrupted, the main point is cartoon physics is nothing more but just a overhyped flowery version of low-level reality warping. That is all TOON Force is. Low-level reality warping. Nothing great, nothing crazy special. The only difference is that, well, it's just done as a joke for the most part. And yes, I'm aware that a lot of TOON Force characters have author-level writing and authority and awareness of the fourth wall. But again, a majority of these are usually inconsistent. Let's take, for example, SpongeBob. The same guy who can barely lift marshmallows or teddy bears is the same guy who somehow deleted all of existence. I mean, look at that. Seriously? And what about the Popeye and the Sun feat? I mean, so what? Look at DK. He punched the moon back to the earth, but people were saying, oh, but the moon in the Mario-verse is a lot smaller. Well, the same could be said for Popeye's sun, which is very clear from that perspective. So again, if you're going to nerf Superman for these inconsistencies of his feats, you gotta do the same for TOON Force. The only way I will accept author-level writing from a crazy, like, I don't know, pseudo-Outerversal Bugs Bunny or something like that is if we're using composite Bugs Bunny. Because composite Bugs Bunny would be more acceptable because when it comes to composite characters, outliers don't even matter. Oh, and I quickly want to address a comment that in the last video was talking about how Popeye would completely solo Dragon Ball or destroy Goku. First and foremost, surviving a universal erasure is not even comparable to the entirety of Dragon Ball's macrocosm. Secondly, on top of that, Arale punched Toriyama in the face, or Toribot. And if you want to go by that logic and say Beerus is stronger, then what do we say? Beerus is author level and boundless nearly? Like, get out of here with that. It's an inconsistency. It's for comedic effect for the most part or comic relief. You don't see us sitting here saying, well, Nami has hockey because she hurt Luffy. Like, no. But again, I digress. Even when characters say the episode is all about them, they still get erased by Beerus. So if you want to go by that logic, or also assert that Krillin has fourth wall awareness, we have to be aware that these aren't always indicative to attack potency, particularly. It just has to do with whether or not these particular hacks work, and again, TOON Force is just another fancy way to say reality warper. But again, I have one more gripe to pick, especially outside of TOON Force, and that's plot manipulation. That is not a real thing. Plot manipulation has to do with the story element, or rather or not the main idea or the MacGuffin of a story. Just because you can manipulate the plot of a story doesn't mean it works in a versus battle setting. It doesn't. Period. That's just how it is. Why? Because people think Medaka can stand even a lick of a chance against Goku and even want to have her fight Annel's Voldigold? Are you kidding me? And yes, I'm aware of the IgE moves billions of abnormalities, but that's not going to do anything, specifically because there's no specification on what they can do. For all we know, she can make French toast with one of the abnormalities with the sun. I don't know. But the point is, if you don't name them, then it doesn't even matter. It's just a list of numbers to sound impressive, but in reality, without an actual list of them, we can't really go over what they actually can do. Moreover, again, manipulating plot seems impressive, but that's only in verse. In a versus battle, there is no writer or author. Everything is neutral and based on objective facts. That's why plot manipulation never really is a thing. Even so, that said,
excuse me? I'm responsible for not only abnormalities, I can even make characters into jokes. I can rewrite the entire fictional verse.
Now, as I was saying, the main point is characters can be self-aware of where they exist and even of other verses, but that doesn't give them automatic authority. It's like the Yumi Neko and Ghost in the Shell. It doesn't make them infinitely above them all the time, unless of course authorized that has been approved. I mean, look at Kenichi the Mightiest Disciple. Are they infinitely above Case Closed because they consider Conan an anime character? No, it's just an Easter egg or a cameo. So just because you see Easter eggs or cameos doesn't automatically mean they hold this hierarchy of infinite authority over one another. But anyway, that's pretty much been it for this video. Now, for the most part, it's okay to use Toon Force. It certainly is a real thing. It's just reality warping for comedic effect. But I digress that people should stop using it as if it's some outerversal force to be reckoned with. Again, unless it's on a consistent basis, I don't think it should be used all the time. But again, composite, it is acceptable. But thank you guys so much for watching. This has been Atari H&B. I hope you enjoyed the new video format, and be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and be sure to share it as well and hit that bell button. Also, for any haters, send them a gator, because that's all we can do to these haters out there, even if they disagree. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. This is Atari H&B, and I'm signing off. Peace. Oh snap, I almost forgot the outro music.